Hey guys, RedPandaMining here. Hope you're doing well, having a really great day. This is just going to be like a talking head video. I guess you can't see my head, but I'm just talking to you guys here in front of my computer. Going to go through, I guess, GPU mining is dead again. And I'm going to take a different perspective this time, more so going through past history of when, I guess, GPU mining was dead in a sense in terms of profitability, as I think that's what mainly a lot of people kind of tie, GPU mining is dead to, meaning that profitability for most GPUs is pretty much nothing, at least breaking even, but at like 10 cent kilowatt hour. But let's be real, who has 10 cent kilowatt hour now? Really, not many people. So I'm just gonna go through some things here, give a bit more perspective on how I see things and how I've been obviously GPU mining. You guys know I've been doing this whole YouTube thing since about 2019. And so we're going to go through some fun stuff, all right, just to give some perspective and a bunch of other things, just going through a couple GPUs and of course maybe some, I don't know, spec mining plays. Maybe some people are maybe going to start GPU mining now. Whenever you're watching this video, there's probably going to be a new coin that pops up every now and then. It's not just on mining pool stats, but maybe Bitcoin talk. And yeah, I'm also wanting to talk about ASICs as well as another, type of investment strategy some people have been diverting into. And one of the places where I was looking for ASIC miners recently was endlessmining.com. They are today's video sponsor based in the USA. Endlessmining.com sells a lot of new ASIC miner models that are out there right now. And also, if you guys are looking for any type of hosting, they have it as well. Okay, hosting for your ASIC miners. So go check them out. Endlessmining.com, link down below. Okay, so I have a playlist that I started back in 2019, and I've generally made some videos month to month. Maybe I missed a couple months in between for a lot of these GPU mining profit videos. It was mainly for me just to kind of go back and just look at past history, which we're doing right now, right? So I can generally see how mining profitability was, during the bull run in 2021, or maybe in the bear market of like 2019 to 2020. And so I just want to look through just a few videos here and just kind of give a bit of perspective of when GPUs were making nothing, but were yielding a pretty good amount. But maybe now that might not translate into where we can yield a lot of these coins now, waiting for future price appreciation. I mean, that still could be the play, but I'd say we have really a lot more options this time versus the previous bear market of GPU mining, which was mainly for mining Ethereum. Okay, so Ethereum no longer GPU mineable, right? Everyone understands that. So I'll talk with you guys about my kind of like GPU mining strategy now and what I'm like accumulating now. I'll talk about that later. Okay, so there's a video, all right, that I wanted to just showcase here. So I normally benchmarked a RX 580 rig, all right, 6x580, normally does 180 mega hash at 720 watts, 6 RX 580s at 10 cent kilowatt hour. Back in December of 2019, it was breaking even at around 10 cents or losing about 5 cents. Or no, actually Ethereum Classic was a little bit more profitable back then. It was always going back and forth, but as difficulty or hash rate changes. But here's the thing to really gaze at here is the estimated rewards on this 580 rig back in December 2019. Okay, the 6x580 rig was yielding 0.47 ETC a day. Okay, 0.47 Ethereum Classic a day on a single RX 580 rig. Now I think it's like a E9 Pro a little bit. It yields about 0.4, maybe 0.3 now ETC a day. So that does like what, almost 4 gigahash versus 180 mega hash RX 580. So you can see how far we've come, right, in terms of Ethereum Classic mining. But for Ethereum, okay, when it was mineable with GPUs on RX 580, it was the RX 580 rig was yielding 0.01. Okay, 0.01 Ethereum. So everyone knows though, right? This isn't back in 2019. Now, the strategy here, okay, is that if you were mining and holding all the Ethereum that you were mining with these rigs, is when the bull run came about in 2021. So about 2 years and, a couple months later, that zero point 0.1 Ethereum that RX 580 rig then, mined in that single day was probably worth about $45. Okay, $45 in a single day when Ethereum went to like $4,500. Okay, now if we do the calculation, that would be worth about $30. So in a sense, it would be like making $30 a day on this RX 580 rig. But at the time, the profitability was next to nothing. Okay, so of course, the argument is you could just bought the coin instead. But I'm a crypto miner. You're all crypto miners here that are watching. We don't buy the coin, we mine the coin. So you guys understand what I just explained there. Now there's another video. All right, so April 6th, 2020, just to give a little bit more perspective here. Okay, about when the price of Ethereum started ramping up a little bit. Okay, just a little bit. All right, then an RX 580 rig was then yielding about 0.143 Ethereum a day. So of course, I think that's during when, transaction fees, the gas fees were very high or starting to get high. And there are some points in, sorry, not in 2019 and 2020, but more so in like 2021, when the gas fees, we saw like, I don't know, 100 Ethereum per block. And so, the miners got distributed that, and it was just insane, obviously. But yeah, it's just to give a bit of perspective here. Ethereum mining, it's the same idea with where we are today, in my opinion. Okay, where we are able to mine and just accumulate in hopes that one of these coins or multiple of these coins are going to appreciate, which a lot of these coins have. Like Flux, for instance, Raven coin has price appreciated in the previous bull run. Ironfish is kind of a new coin for this year, so that's kind of unknown. But if you all think that if Bitcoin goes up, then a lot of altcoins also go up as well. Nexa, another prominent GPU mineable coin over the past year, in 2023, sorry. Cortex, Kirin, Pyron, not trying to pronounce that, Husat. A lot of these probably newer like K heavy hash or Pyron hash coins that have come out recently. They're just Caspa forks. Raven coin, Game Pass, Chlor, the prominent coin here, Chlor, Neoxa, another prominent coin. So just a lot of different coins here, I would say, that have been more so like a spec mine, or actually try to mine early, and then when they get on exchange is when a lot of people dump them. Like a great example was Carlson, right? I actually mined that for a couple of days, and I was able to sell it for about $3,000. I have a great video explaining all that. But there's been, some winners, there's been some losers. And so for most cases, it's not really just a, okay, this new coin just came out, I'm going to start mining it. I saw it on Bitcoin Talk, or I saw it on Mining Pool Stats as a new coin, new proof of work coin, and I'm going to start mining it and accumulate it. And when it goes on exchange, I'm just going to dump it. All right. I think that's what now I'm going to like start shifting over towards now, kind of like how has GPU mining been, I would say, over the past year for many people. And it's honestly been, I would say, a lot of spec mining, waiting for that new coin to go on exchange and selling it. Or a lot of people, maybe were mining Aletheum, or, maybe Caspa, or a lot of the older guard coins, a little bit older guard coins that have came out more the past 2 years that have done really well. All right. Aletheum, okay, of course, we all know is no longer GPU mineable because it's been dominated by a certain ASIC. Okay. The gold shell ASIC AL box just came out. Here's mine that I have mining here. I didn't really want to dive into it this deep, but there's also a big FPGA farm that has pretty much taken like 50% of the hash rate for Aletheum. But anyways, besides the point, generally just looking at, there's been a lot of coins here that, GPU miners have been probably shifting towards over the past year, and it hasn't been as, easily sustained like, maybe Ethereum mining back then, or Ethereum Classic mining. But the general thing that still hasn't changed, in my opinion. Of course, okay, you can say, depending on how much hardware is out there and looking at the profitability, but looking at, look at this, like Ether 1 at the time, where Elysium was maybe a couple cents off from mining Ethereum. The same thing is happening today with a lot of these other coins, right? If you go to, let's say, an RTX 3070, very prominent, very general GPU, a lot of people like because it's a very efficient GPU amongst a lot of algorithms. That's why, most of you guys know I bought a whole bunch of them and I love them. But anyways, just going through, right, you can see at around 10 cent kilowatt hour. Okay, I forgot to talk about this, is that electricity rate is going to matter. Okay, depending where you are mining. I know a lot of people don't have 10 cents anymore. A lot of people have, maybe 14 cents or higher. I'm just generalizing here. But for those that are probably watching this video, are probably those that have generally lower electrical costs and understand the strategy and are financially capable of either, mining and holding, or unless they have very low electric and they're doing it for profit, then so be it, right? Everyone has a different financial situation. But just looking at, if you had a single 3070 rig, okay, 6x3070s, that at 10 cent kilowatt hour, you could still make a buck, right? And it hasn't always been like that. Maybe it's been more or less. It hasn't always been Conceal or A Eternity, but maybe it was like Pyron at one point, or Husat at one point, or maybe Ravencoin at one point when the price of Ravencoin appreciated a bit. There it was at the top of the chart. Nexa at one point, Clore, of course. I could name all of these coins. At one point over the past year and a half, they were probably at the top of this chart here for on like a typical 3070. So profitability for GPU mining has really been shifting a lot for GPU miners, because we don't have a coin like Ethereum that was able to really carry that large amount of GPU miners, right? There's a lot of the daily emissions for Ethereum back then, or, when the merge happened, there was like $22 million or something, which there's a great post here from Bokiko, my good buddy on Twitter here on X. Go follow him. He's got an amazing chart here, all right, just comparing the daily emissions in proof of work coins here for a lot of different proof of work coins, just generally. Okay, so totaling right now, including Bitcoin, would be $34 million a day. Okay, and I remember with Ethereum at one point it was like, another $20 million with Ethereum, I think at the peak of when the merge happened. But I think bear market like daily emissions was more so like maybe 5 million or $6 million in the bear market. So if you take out Bitcoin, which was like 28 million, then without Bitcoin, it would be about $5.5 million roughly, with including Dogecoin, Caspa, of course, Ethereum Classic. Just generalizing here, I guess a GPU mining centric daily emissions one would be a lot lower, obviously. So like Flux right now is only $47,000 a day. Ironfish is 46. Let's see, Conflux 41,000, Clore 63, Pyron 85, Elysium 108, which is not GPU mineable anymore, so I won't count that. Ravencoin $113. So what's not to say, a few of these coins here in Clore, Conflux, Flux, Ironfish, Ravencoin could have at least a 5x or a 10x, then that would drastically raise the daily emissions of these coins, right? It would drastically raise it. I guess some of them might have halvings or fifth innings, or I don't know the tokenomics of a few of these coins on the top of my head right now, but just, generalizing here that Ethereum mining with a lot of, GPUs like RX 580s back then was breaking even, right? So this is kind of where I'm like honing in here, how GPU mining has been at least breaking even around 10 cents, even better actually. I would say there's been times when it's been low, but generally over the past, even with Bitcoin going up higher, like here we are, Bitcoin 60K as of recording this video, where GPUs like a 3070 is still okay, still making some, but at 10 cents though, really, like I said in the beginning, electrical costs have been rising. So I would say most people have not been able to stay competitive against other people that have lower electrical cost. That's just the sad reality, unfortunately, with, the electrical cost that comes with GPU mining. But if you are able to hold your own, pay the electrical bill out of pocket, accumulate and yield the coin, waiting for price appreciation, I mean, that's the crypto mining strategy here. And it's always been the crypto mining strategy. So to go with that, and I already did touch on it, is where a lot of people have been maybe going to Bitcoin Talk or hearing an announcement of a new proof of work GPU mineable coin, and they're going to spec mine it. They're going to get that bag and wait for the exchange to come and sell, or hold and wait for, I don't know, altcoin season or something like that. it's really there's really a lot of coins that have come out, and just beware of scams, guys. A lot of people that are installing wallets on their main computer, just beware. Make sure you have a separate machine to install core wallets. Do it in like a virtual machine at least, or have a separate machine that's a hypervisor, and you have multiple VMs and you can install wallets on there just to safeguard yourself. Learn network security, do VLANs, all that kind of stuff. Anyways, all right, so that's generally, I'm just generalizing there regarding GPU mining. Okay, I'm not like trying to say that this is a for sure thing, but what I'm trying to get at is that we've been here before. Okay, GPU mining is dead again and again and again and again and again and again, and it's always the same story. It's always the same feeling. When I hear people say GPU mining is dead or GPU mining is no longer profitable, that's when I kind of I flick a switch and be like, okay, all right, it's profitability is obviously down in the gutter in terms of profit, but the whole idea here is to accumulate, and then you're waiting for whichever coin that you believe in is going to go up is the one that's going to price appreciate. All right, that's really the end all be all here. So now, this is where I want to get into ASIC mining. Okay, this has been, I know, right? GPU miners, we have to fundamentally stay decentralized. We have to stick with hardware that's easily attainable by the, regular person, regular Joe. Neither here nor there. I'm not going to get into the argument of, GPU mining versus ASIC mining. I think that ship has really sailed because ASIC mining has been quite prevalent in, I guess, cryptocurrency mining in the very beginning, like Bitcoin, right? But when it comes to altcoins, Ethereum, Caspa, Litecoin, Ethereum, Classic, not Cadena, Nervos, was Cadena? Actually, no, Cadena was actually, I think, GPU mineable at one point, FPGAs, and then ASICs came about. That's a whole story. I don't quite remember. I remember doing many videos on that. But what I'm trying to get at here, okay, so this is where I'm mainly tending towards people who have now, I guess, shifted or maybe diversified into ASIC mining. And so I think ASIC mining there's always a place for that. There's always people that want to get into it because, it's obviously they make money. It is a much larger investment. And I have to say, if you're not running it as a business, then really ASIC mining is probably not going to be for you. As well as if you don't have generally low electrical cost, I'd say lower than at least 9 cents, maybe 10 cents at least, maybe 11 is, if you're going any higher than that, then you're pushing it for ASIC mining, in my opinion. Especially if you're going to be like Bitcoin mining, your electrical rate is going to matter a lot. Okay. In that case, if you have anything higher than 10 cent kilowatt hour or 11, you might as well go host your ASIC miners, like at endlessmining.com. Okay, he's got hosting services here under 10 cents. Okay, so if you're interested, link down below. All right, but just generalizing here. Okay, for ASIC miners, for people that want to get into ASIC mining, again, your electrical cost is going to matter a lot. I'd highly recommend setting it up as a business because you can depreciate the hardware because it's very expensive. Not be able to help lower your taxes because if you're spending this type of capital for these miners and the income that these things can generate, you can offset that against the income that these miners are generating. Okay, so to help lower your taxes, because the amount that you're spending, you'll be able to depreciate that against your income. Okay, over whether or not that's 1 year or 3 years, 5 years. I'm not your tax professional. Please go speak to your CPA, tax advisor. How you guys, everyone's state laws are different depending on where you are in North America. But yeah, ASIC mining is a really risky endeavor. Okay, because people are spending this amount of money, a couple of thousand, 4-digit, 5 digits amounts of money to buy these ASIC miners. It is a really big risk. Okay. You have to if you're getting into ASIC mining, it's got to be money that you are okay to lose, because this amount of investment, to me, like buying a $33,000, I don't know, KS5 Pro right now, is a heavy investment. Okay. Would I be investing 35 grand into an AC miner? No. Do I personally have that kind of money to invest in a KS5 Pro? No, I don't. I would not personally, in my case, I would not spend 35 grand on a KS5 Pro. But I know many millionaires out there who have lots of expendable income who maybe want to start a crypto mining business or something. They're going to buy a few of these. It's very easy for them, okay? And they want to take on that risk. So comparing that to maybe just a typical home miner or someone just coming in and they want to get into the game, crypto mining is very competitive. So understanding, how much money you're pouring into all this and understanding the price of the coin, or the network hash rate, the difficulty, understanding how many of the models are going to be shipped out and going to increase the network hash rate, the difficulty of said coin could very well then turn your ASIC into a brick. Okay, what I mean by that is basically the profitability of your ASIC miner would be then zero and you're not making any money. And there's been plenty of examples of that happening in the past. I would say it's really hard. This past year and a half, 2 years, 3 years, even since 2021, there's going to be a few ASIC miners that have kind of stood the test of time. Actually, like the L7 has been generally a profitable ASIC miner over the past 3 years, ever since they came out. Litecoin, Dogecoin mining has always been pretty steady. Caspa, as we all know, has been. It's been out for pretty much a year now of Caspa mining. And as getting into it now, I would say the risk is going to be a lot higher because you're not going to be yielding that much now compared to what people were yielding, a year ago, right? Obviously, first movers advantage, for people that got in the first batch they were yielding a lot more. And Caspa, as you all know, went up in price appreciated quite a bit. But will that continue? I don't know. That's the risk some people are going to take. Do you believe in Caspa? Do you believe in the fundamentals? Do you believe in its technology? That's really, a lot of these questions really stem from all crypto mining, right? All these things where people are wanting to invest in certain types of hardware. It's all based on kind of speculation. And if you believe in the project, you believe that the hardware that you have, you're at least maybe going to break even on it, or you're thinking that whatever you're mining and holding is going to price appreciate in the bull run, right? The bull run, the Bitcoin bull run. I think that's really the end all be all here with a lot of us that are investing into crypto mining. It's going to be really, if Bitcoin goes up, in my opinion, then there's going to be that, altcoin season, and a lot of altcoins will go up. Not financial advice, of course, but whether or not we are still, on the brink of the bull run here, or we're coming up on the next bear market, I don't know. All right. I don't know. That's why people that are into crypto mining right now should really stay lean and mean and really only invest with money that you can afford to lose. Okay. And, timing is everything as well, especially when, there's a lot of new models that are coming out, with Ethereum Classic, Jasminer X44Q, Litecoin with the L9, Local Tech potentially, which I still haven't heard of anything yet of a prototype coming out. Caspa, the Monster KS5 Pro, Ice River is releasing the KS3Ls as of right now, as of beginning of May here. So the network hash rate and difficulty is going to continually rise, and so that means the profitability and yield is going to drop drastically, because as well as the emission schedule for Caspa is very aggressive, right? Everyone knows that. Okay, but if you watch and follow the channel, if you guys watch my videos every day, make sure you're subscribed, hit the notification bell, because I am talking about all this stuff regarding different ASIC miners. A lot of different miners just came out. I try to stay on top of all this stuff when it comes to ASIC mining. Okay, I know I'm kind of shifting away. I was talking about GPUs mainly. ASIC mining has been, in my opinion, another prevalent type of investment for a lot of crypto miners over the past year and a half. And it shows because they're still generally profitable. And there's obviously a lot of investment that has gone into it, like, a lithium, for instance, and Caspa, of course. Anyways, I am just rambling here. If you're still here watching, please let me know if you made it to the end. And I'm just going to talk about what I'm mining right now. You guys can see I already showed a little bit. I already talked about this in the live stream. You guys should make sure you watch my live streams. I have been mining Pirin mainly into Ravencoin. So I'm actually on unminable into Pirin into Ravencoin. Okay, so I'm accumulating some Ravencoin right now as I'm just speculating that Ravencoin might have its day when altcoin season comes. I don't know when that's going to happen, but I'm trying to. I think the yields for Ravencoin right now are pretty decent, so that's why I'm trying to just accumulate some Ravencoin right now. But really, I'm not. I'm telling you, not financial advice. Please don't do what I do. I am 99% wrong most of the time. All right, so just please don't do what I do, because there's plenty of other coins out there that are, I would say, have a bit more fundamentals, and a bit stronger maybe in a sense. But in my situation, I actually have a lot of other spec mining coins already that I've accumulated over the past 2 years. And so I'm just waiting for those coins to appreciate, as I think I have enough bags of them. Like Dynex, for instance, like Neoxa. Like I have enough Neoxa already. I could go on and on. Anyways, I'm just rambling now. All right, let me know what you guys think about this video. I don't know if anyone's maybe gained a little bit more perspective, especially for me when I was talking about earlier. I know Ethereum's no longer here, but I think the story is now going to change to a lot of altcoins, which I think a lot of them will generally go up when Bitcoin goes up, okay, in the altcoin season. So I think the crypto mining strategy again is really mining, holding, yielding, paying your electrical bill out of pocket, and waiting for price appreciation. I know that's really a hard thing to do, and not everyone can do it, but it's always been the most one of the best strategies I have ever done personally. Okay, so you can just, like I said, the yield that you were mining back then was utterly amazing. If you held all the way up until 2021, man, you made a lot of money. So anyways, it's not financial advice, of course. History may not repeat itself, but I am here to document the whole journey, as you all know. Okay, so I appreciate you all for watching. Please let me know your thoughts. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good one. Peace out.